Sup? Flytanium. Man, one of my favorite knives is the Flytanium knife. This is a new one called, I think it's called the Beef. Doesn't say there. Well, it's right there on the box, the Beef. Yep. Okay. I don't know if it tells me any more about it. It's got a sticker. Looks like he's grilling. I wonder if who's that dude? I don't know. He's got my belly, man. All right. What's up? Let's get it out of there. D2 stonewashed. G10. Axis lock, clutch lock, whatever you want to call it. Ooh, is that stiff? I think I can see in there to see if it's adjustable. It doesn't show it to be, but golly, are those stiff. Ooh, man. Yeah, I'm going to have to do something with that because already, look, just having to deploy that is a task. It's creating a nice detent. But yeah, I'm not going to do that too many times. Flytanium Beef. Oh man, those springs are really tight. Interesting. Yeah, well-rounded. Check that pocket clip. Ooh, nice tension there. I'm not going to mess with that. It's got a lanyard hole. And is that pocket clip reversible? I think so. I think it is. Looking at it. Yep, which, with this clutch lock, axis lock, makes it a true left-hander. It's got dual thumb studs, so, the only thing would be different is throw the pocket clip to the other side, and then all of this would work. Yep. Wow, are those stiff. Solid lock up there. Pretty nice. All right, well, I'm going to have to get to adjusting some springs because, man, that, I guess if you were just going to use it as like a work knife, maybe that works. Is that a T10? Had a little bit of wiggle there. I think rather than just rush through it, I'm going to check. Nope. It's a T8. Just a little wiggly. A little bit of lockdown going on. Loctite maybe. Yeah, a little bit. Not a lot. A little dab will do you. Then it looks like T6 is the rest of the way. Looks like it's got a G10 backspacer in it as well. Full steel liners is what it looks like I'm looking at. I think maybe that one's got to go. Yeah. Maybe both. Nice and skeletonized for sure. A lot of weight reduction going on there. It's got a fair amount of oil going on, so I guess I might as well just get my towel going. I didn't even know they had another knife out. I just happened to come across it, and I was like, I liked the first one so much, I got to try the second one. I say second one, but it could be their fifth knife. I mean, I don't keep up with current affairs, man. All right, well, let's look at the spring. I mean, doesn't have a lot of tension on it this way. It's not going to take much to get it back in there, but yeah, I mean, I got to loosen it up because, wow, is that tight. I think I'm just going to have to do the complete disassembly here to get to where I want to be. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull this side too. Ooh, that doesn't want to come. Yeah, it makes me think that those are just barrel spacers that do not turn. They're definitely captured in this scale. So, let's try pushing the pivot out. Let's take the tension off of that. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely better with only one spring. So I need to just I'm going to have to dig in. I got to get to it. Interesting. Well, yeah, these are coming. Yep. So it's the pivot that I'm gonna have to gain some traction on it. So I'm gonna grab a little hammer and a small bit to put in that pivot. That's too big. Let's try this one. There we go. Okay. Pivots out. And that bit was just a tiny bit too big. Come on, man. Come on, man. There it is. Let's get rid of that. Won't need that twice. Cage bearings. Looks like steel. I think those are steel. Yeah. Nice. It's gonna force me to work at it. See if I can't get that pin to come out. It looks like it's trying to come through there. That kind of pin that pushes all the way through, boy, it sure makes assembly a lot easier on a knife like this. These clutch locks, if that pin will push through those like that, yeah, way nicer. Yep, way nicer. Is that a word? Nicer? Mo better. Man, those are on lockdown. Let's see. Let's try a little tap again. It's probably due to the machining of each of these holes. The tolerance is so tight that once you get all three in there, they go on lockdown. Yeah, there's one. So I felt it loosen up as soon as I got that one out. Yeah, there's two. Yep, those are one-piece deals, so there's no turning them out of there. There's the sticky one right there. All right. Won't need that. Won't need this. Let's clean up some of this oil. It took us 10 minutes to get it apart. Ooh. Hopefully it's not too much of a marathon. I think once I get all this oil cleaned out, I'll be able to get these springs off, and I will illustrate how I'm going to adjust those as a pair. Let's get this one off. Fairly hefty liners, pretty thick material, which, you know, is definitely aided by all of the skeletonizing going on there. Reduce weight. Be careful about that pin. How about some small parts? Get that. All right, I think that's good. This clip had a little bit of oil on it. And let's get that little bit right there. All right. So I need a piece of paper. Okay. Well, like most things, I'm sure there's more than one way to skin a cat, but I try to keep the size as similar as possible. So all I'm going to do here is I'm going to trace this spring. And it doesn't got to be perfect, but I'm going to try to get that spring. And then I want to see if this one lines up the same. And it does. It fits right into that other pattern that I just traced. Let me get up there so you can see it a little better. So there's that trace that I made. And so the other spring fits right in it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to loosen the tension on these by shortening the span. So I'm going to squeeze it together a little bit. I want to be careful because, boy, I sure don't want to break it. I mean, I think I changed it a little bit, but I'm going to do a little bit more. Because it was super stiff. And not so much. And, you know, they're Bruce Spring so they retain their shape pretty well. And so you got to be patient to manipulate these. And I hear about it all the time with these broken springs. I mean, knock on wood, I've been fortunate to avoid that problem. Yeah, see all that bending, and I still haven't changed it at all. So, okay, lots of very patient bending, and I've gotten it to move, I don't know, a millimeter or so from where it was. So now I just want to match up the other one to it. And I'm pretty sure if I lay this one over here, we'll be able to see the difference between them. Yeah, so that one's a millimeter or two shorter. So I'm going to match them up. And I'll be right back. Okay, well, I've got them pretty close to the same, and that's what I wanted ultimately, is to just take some tension off and make them equal. So let's get cracking. We'll put this thing back together. I need the bar. There we go. And then I'm going to immediately put that spring on that side. I think it's this one. Because the tension on that spring will help hold all that as I start to reassemble this. Like so. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Yeah, it's wrong spring. It's okay. Not the end of the world. Okay. So now that I've got that on, I can put my scale back on and then get my pivot in place. And the scale will also help hold that spring in place because there's a cutout in the back of the scale like this that holds that spring down. So now the spring's in there. I can see that it's still locked down. So next, I can put these in. And these are captured as well. They're captured in both scales. This one and the other scale. They're little D pivots. There we go. There's one. I say pivot. They're not pivots. They're little D barrel spacers. About that. And then the last one right here. Okay. And then I can put my pivot in. And it's also captured. Like so. All right. Well, now I should be able to kind of build down on top of that. And because this comes out, I should be able to set that down on there once I get my bearing and my blade down. Let's go minimalistic with this oil, because boy, there was a lot on there before. I'm just going to hover that right there for now. It's beyond where the stop pin would be, but that's okay for this assembly portion. So now I'm going to come right over that. Here we go this way. It looks like my thumb stud might get in the way that way. There we got it. I forgot the backspacer right there. Well, I mean, it was inevitable. You knew I was going to miss something here. I knew I was. I'm not shocked. If you're new to the channel, you might be shocked. But if you've been here at all, you're not shocked. All right, let's see if I can't sneak that on there. Like so. Yeah, see, it's that backspacer. It's tight, man. Tolerances on that dude are super tight. All right. Well, we're right back to where we were. What I want to do now is I want to get this other spring on here, because that will ensure that the springs stay locked in, that other one doesn't pop out underneath that scale over there, which I've had happen many times. And from this point on, I've got to go back and take everything apart and go back to that other side and redo that spring. So I want to get this one on. There we go. Okay, well now the next thing, I'm going to function this and rotate so I could put my stop pin down in there. And because it slides all the way through, there we go. Come on, man. Come on, man. I'm going to put my pivot screw in real quick. Not going to final tighten it or anything, but just to kind of hold everything in place. How about that? Like so. Let's take a look up here and see if we're lined up good. It looks like we are. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. All right. Well, now I've got to make sure that these screws can catch those spacers. They seem to be kind of sticking out a little bit. It caught it. Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Oh, transformed it. Are we centered? Yeah. Yeah, very nice. All right. Well, let's put the pocket clip on. Love it when a plan comes together. I'm going to put this back one in first. There's quite a bit of tension on that pocket clip. So I want that back screw to catch some threads and kind of trying to put everything on lockdown before I go to that front one. Makes me wonder if that back one's not the short one. Because there's a short one and a long one. I'm going to try the short one in the back. That seemed better. Mo better. Let's try this one in the front. Let's go with a big yep. Oh, yeah, it's a new machine. New machine. All right, well, let's wrap up. Let's get all this peripheral distraction out of the way. All right, the Flytanium Beef. Where's the beef? Yeah, so I can pretty much run that with one finger now, and it locks up as tight as can be. Yeah, there's no play, no wiggle, no up and down, side to side. It's locked up really well, and the tension on that is excellent now. Spidey flick, thumb flick. Yeah, it's It's running extremely well. It's running so well, I keep checking that lockup. It'll even slow roll really nice. I'm going to give the action a B plus. And the reason being, it runs really well. These buttons are sharp. That's why. It's just a sharp button. The way that they milled it, we wouldn't, looking at it, doesn't look sharp, but it's sharp. I mean, I thought it was because of the tension that I was feeling it sharp, but now that I've got the tension correct, the buttons are sharp. And so I'm going to kind of gig the knife for that. I mean, the action's very nice on it, but yeah, those buttons are kind of sharp. Now, could I take a diamond file to that, take it apart and knock that down a little bit so they're not so sharp? Yeah, probably. Is it like on a work knife like this? Would I be glad that they are sharp? Probably. More confident grip. Yeah, it is what it is. They're just kind of sharp. Ergonomics, very comfortable in hand. The contouring just molds. The knockdown and finish on these G10 scales is really nice. They've chamfered the edge and then knocked it down. So it's very comfortable. Really nice jimping up here in this little platform for the thumb. So, not so confident, very confident. I mean, not a true finger guard in there, so I'm going to come up short of a confident grip, but I feel really locked in. It's very comfortable in hand. Reverse grip, yeah, that's confident. Really nice. Get to grab that pocket clip with my fingers, so I like it. Cap it with my thumb. And bonus points, this one's just as good this way. And I'd much rather be right here than here. Yep. Going with the lock versus against the lock, with the sharp part of the blade versus against it. Yeah, pretty nice ergonomics. Let's check that pocket clip. It's got a ton of tension on it, but it's really smooth. But the G10's got nice texture, so I expect it to do well. Standard size jean material. Yeah, that's a F5 pocket clip. Yeah. So what that means is, I mean, tornado could rip these shorts off my butt and fly them 100 miles downrange. And if I found this knife, it would be wedged on this material here. Super nice tension there. The way that I like a pocket clip. It's completely deep carry, knife disappears. And if I took a tumble down a hill, when I got to the bottom, if I reached for this knife, it's going to be where I left it. Yeah, it's going to be where I expect it to be. Very nice job on a pocket clip. Check that lock. Yeah, I didn't expect anything other than that. And so what we're left with is that flat grind, stone-washed D2. What we got? From the factory. I don't know who the OEM is, but I mean, it's kind of a toothy edge, but it's crazy sharp. Very sharp knife. Yeah, very cool. All right, so the Flytanium Beef. I think the only meat left is how much? Yep, let's get a price on it. Okay, well, you can find this one over at Timber's Edge Knives for $60. So that's no tax, free shipping, to your door price. And if you subscribe over there, they'll take 10% off that. So $54. I mean, D2, G10, clutch lock, axis lock, whatever. Pretty good action. I mean, $54. That's probably right in that zone nowadays, right? All right, y'all. The Flytanium Beef. Appreciate y'all watching.